Ciao amici, oggi mi trovo qua con il mio amico Casey. Questo qua è un personaggio incredibile. L'altro giorno io sono arrivata dal mio warm shower host, la persona che mi ospitava in Stafford, e il signore non c'era e mi ha detto: guarda, vai pure, entra pure, quella lì è la tua camera, eccetera eccetera. Quindi faccio per andare in camera mia e boom, che mi trovo un altro ciclista, lui, questo personaggio qua che adesso vi racconterà un pochettino che cosa fa nella vita il nostro Crazy Casey on a bike.
Yes, I'm Crazy Casey on a bike from Buffalo, New York. My real name is Casey Zmich, or Zmi, if you say it. And I just ventured out on a bicycle and I can't stop now.
So, will you tell me how old you are and when did you start cycling?
Well, I try not to tell people because I try not to remember my age, because I've learned to make the years count instead of counting the years out here, because I haven't got too many left on this planet. But people will tell me, it says, you are so happy and healthy out here. You seem to be inspiring me to join a gym or get a bike. But I tell people, I said, that's great, because I never inspired anybody to do anything except light up another one years ago. So yeah, I started riding the bike back in 2015 again, from the age of when I was 15. So it just I realized all the new technologies out there on the bicycle, measurements and everything, and with the technology now at our fingertips for all the information we need, I was able to get everything together in a short bit of time, and started out to Toronto, Ontario, and next thing I knew I was into Montreal and all around New York State and back up the Erie Canal, and decided to rearrange things back in Buffalo and leave out on the next month journey all around the country and to Alaska, and it's absolutely amazing. Very good. People ask me why I do it, and I tell them I do it for the health of it, because I feel absolutely great out here, happy and healthy. Think positive, and positivity will come your way, and it's just something in the universe here. It's like a magical powder, and it's just makes me feel good and great. And same thing with Darinka here. She's the same as I am, as most bicyclists out here that I have met. They are just absolutely happy and free, and the chains on these bikes set us free.
That's great. So could you tell me a little bit about what were you doing before, and how did you get on the bike again?
Well, I was always in the way of traveling since I was born in Germany and flew over here to the United States in 1951 at 6 weeks old. But I was a truck driver for most of my working time life, and for 7 years of it I ventured around the United States with an 18-wheeler, and then I worked for a company where I was able to get a pension, which I traveled on when I started doing the bicycling. And it just all by accident just fell into my lap about wanting to bicycle, because I've always enjoyed a machine that you can go about on slow enough to absorb everything around you without having to use any carbon fuels to pollute the air, so where you can breathe decent, clean air, and just have a good, quiet time on it.
And how many miles did you cycle, or you think you cycled so far?
Well, the bicycle so far has got 23,000 some miles on it, and it was purchased July 16th, 2016. And the only reason why it doesn't have more mileage on it, because I did stay one winter in Buffalo, and I got back off of my 16,000-mile journey around the four corners of the states to Alaska and back. And you don't want to ride in the ice and cold up there, because one slip on that ice and you can break a shoulder, or much worse. So I decided, and I don't like the salt getting on my bicycle, so I basically just stayed indoors and went to the gym and did a spinning class, and that's how I got interested. Also, was doing exercises in a spinning class, because the first time I got back on a bicycle, I realized how much out of shape I had gotten into. So it woke me up to go ahead and venture back into being proper health and whatnot. My doctor, when I've gone in for my little checkup, he says, well, whatever you're doing, you need to keep on doing, because your blood pressure and cholesterol and everything is just fine. And I said, well, I guess I'll keep bicycling until I can't do it anymore.
So Casey, a lot of people ask me all the time, so I'll ask you as well, because a lot of people would like to do what we do, but they say, but I don't have any money. So how do you sustain yourself on the road?
Well, I'm fortunate enough, because keeping myself healthy throughout my life, somewhat healthy, not to the point where I realized that I wasn't healthy enough. But I worked in the industry where I was accumulating a pension, and then also now I get Social Security, so I get 2 payments a month, one from each, and that helps how I sustain. But I've realized how a lot of people do. They with technology, they use the technology to make a little bit of money out there on the road. But I've met people that have worked doing crazy things like trimming trees or cleaning parking lots, or doing some washing dishes or whatever they could just to make some money to travel on a little bit further.
Or become a cowboy.
Yeah, or become a cowboy. Because this is my signature, my cowboy hat with the Russian boar Tuscan front, 400-pound Russian boar in Texas, and a wild turkey out of California. And people have recognized me with this hat throughout the United States, and it's very kind of like being almost a movie star when they see you with the hat, and it's the feather that gives it away a lot of times. They said, "You're the guy with the feathered bicycle helmet." And it makes me fly better down the road.
More aerodynamic.
Oh yeah, aerodynamic.
So I guess one last question. If you think of anyone that would like to do what we do, but sometimes they have a lot of excuses before they start, or they don't know, they're scared because they watch too much TV or something. Do you have any advice for these people?
Yeah, quit watching TV because it does nothing good for your body. Get off the couch because, like they say, hills will hurt you, but couches will kill you. So you get out there, and if you can't do it around the block the first time, just go half around the block, and then go a little bit more and a little bit more, and just go little steps at a time. Before you know it, you'll be doing it leaps and bounds, and then you'll really enjoy your life. And that's about it. You just got to get out. We were made to move, eat properly, think positively, and you'll be the happiest person that you ever met again.
One more question. I will put that
Okay.
before that. Did anything bad ever happen to you on the road?
Really nothing. One time I had to do a little survival tactic when I was riding at night to get out of the way of a car, but it just bruised my knee a little bit, and when the bike went out from underneath me. But I pay attention to what I'm doing. I don't do anything else. I don't eat or drink on my bike. I stop if I'm going to do something. I watch my rear view mirror a lot if I'm on a narrow road. And I just basically have learned a few little tactics on how to maneuver around on certain types of highways or even bridges, because I've ridden interstates, because you can ride interstates, which are motorways or what in Europe, and you can, west of the Mississippi, you can travel on these in certain areas. And I've learned how to just get through them without having anybody go ahead and run me over. But the best part about the landscape of the land is the landscape of the people. They're absolutely very helpful out here, and they love to hear your stories. So the next thing, they invite you in to stay in their house or camp in their backyard. They even want to give you money at times, and it's been absolutely amazing what I have found on this bicycle. It's a machine that should be gotten out of the closet and ridden. Just ride, whether it's just around town or cross country or whatever, but just get out and move. You'll be amazed. Yeah, grazie, dziękuję. That's in Polish. Thank you.